Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy coming at you with a new review. That's right. Happy Friday. This is the channel that welcomes you to the weekend. So you've seen the subject line, so you know I'm taking a look this week at Bvlgari Blue pour homme. But before I start the review, let me welcome the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard to the Cologne crew. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. For those of you, of course, that are new, take a look at my Amouage playlists, and then I also have the playlists for the last 2 summers, and I'll start the third one actually pretty soon, in which I do first impressions. I really enjoy those. But this week is just pretty much a traditional, a typical episode for me where I'm taking a look at a fragrance from my collection, actually. So my relationship with Bvlgari is kind of interesting because I got Bvlgari Aqua. Remember that one with the beautiful bottle, and I love the smell of that thing, and I have to say it seemed like it's lasted for like an hour or so. I don't know if it was just the bottle I got, but the longevity was really poor. So I kind of gave up on them for a while, and then I found Man in Black, which is one of my all-time favorites. I love Man in Black, and then I went to a party. And the host was, he knew about the channel, and the host was like, oh, check this out, this is the one I wear. And I don't know that I would have been normally drawn to it, but I smelled it, and it really was fantastic, actually. So, in fact, so much so that I left the party, about a week later, I was like, you know what, I really like the smell of that one. And so I got the gift set that has the full bottle, and then it has the body wash. And so I've already used the body wash, and now, as you can see, I haven't done too much damage on this one, but I will be and have been burning through this one as of late. Okay, so let's jump into the notes. First of all, this is a 2001 release, and actually, when he showed me his bottle, I smelled it, knew I definitely would want it and enjoy it, and wanted to try it. And I later found out that the parfumé is none other than my favorite parfumé, which is, of course, everyone's favorite parfumé, Alberto Morillas, the king, the grand champion of Acqua di Gio. Am I going to do the right hand? There, I got it right that time. There we go. All right. So I was extra pleased that Alberto Morillas did this one. Then I really knew it was going to be great because, he is the best, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the notes now. The notes are, this is a relatively linear fragrance, but what jumps out for me is definitely some ginger. I also get some cardamom. And I got some, I would have said teak wood, but I looked this up, so Fragrantica, and it's actually called gray teak. I can get the teak wood. So it's funny because sometimes you guys have said, well, how do you get the notes exactly so spot on? As much as I'd love to tell you that I'm an expert in the field, I'm not. I'm just like you, passionate about fragrance. So I go to Fragrantica, and what I do is a lot of times I'll be able to pick out the fragrance, the notes on my own, but maybe not the exact specific one. And I probably would have said teak wood on this one, but it's actually gray teak. So if that seems like it's ultra specific and it's impressive to you, it should not be, because I only know that it's gray teak because I looked it up. So I want to be transparent about that. The other thing too is there's tobacco flower it listed. I would have said tobacco, so I'm not really sure. I've never smelled tobacco flower, but it definitely gives it more of a masculine quality. I'm assuming that's what I'm picking up, because you can get the gray teak, and then you can get some sort of tobacco element here, but it specifically says tobacco flower. So cardamom, juniper, ginger, and it's not juniper berries, it's actually juniper. And I definitely get that here. In fact, I would argue for me the juniper is heavier than the ginger. In the reviews, a lot of people talk more about ginger. On my skin, it's more of the gray teak, with the kind of tobacco element coming up to the forefront as the fragrance develops. And then the cardamom and juniper are quite strong here. So those are the notes. This is a woody spicy. So a 2001 woody spicy, Alberto Morillas, great notes. And I think you can sum this one up in three adjectives, which is fresh, soapy, powdery. This is a traditional out of the shower scent. There's no doubt. In fact, one complaint I might have would be the fact that I don't know if the name fits. Right? It's not really a traditional kind of blue fragrance where you would think of this kind of marine or aquatic, only for the summer scent. It's more versatile than that, actually, and so that'd be one knock against it. I'm not sure that I like calling it blue. The second little thing, since I'm on that, I'm just going to complain a little bit about the Bvlgari. So with Bvlgari, they always use the Latin, so they use V instead of U, and actually the search engines will not pick up if you put BLU, like in Fragrantica or even in Google. It won't give you. You actually have to put in BLV, so that's kind of lame, right? So this review is Bvlgari, and this is called Bvlgari. How's that? So this is Bvlgari by Bvlgari. Okay, I mean, come on, guys. Change Bvlgari, change it to a U, and change blue. Call it give it a French. Give it like BLEU, right? Just give it a French name and call it like Bleu per Bvlgari. Doesn't that sound better? I mean, okay, all right. Sorry about that. I just wanted to say though that does annoy me about this company. It's a little posh. I don't know that it's necessary, but anyway. That's my little rant. Okay, the bottle is what you would expect from a designer. The cap is relatively cheap. I mean, there's a cheap quality to this bottle, but who cares? The actual look of it is very nice. I really like that. And then the sprayer, I'm going to go ahead and do that and make sure I don't spray the screen. All right, here we go. But try it again. Oh, there you go. The sprayer is quite nice. So I really enjoy the sprayer. There's definitely a very cheap quality to the materials, but I mean, who cares? I didn't pay. I paid $30-something for a 100 milliliter 3.4 ounce, and that included a body wash, which I really, really appreciated. So I mean, for the price point, this is an excellent fragrance anyway, but for the price point, it's just that much better. The scent here is linear, as I said, but it is a fantastic scent. I really appreciate this. You know what this is? I was thinking about this week. This is really, in my opinion, kind of a mix of Amber Pour Homme by Prada, which I love. I love Amber Pour Homme. And instead of a slight leathery note, it goes into a different direction with the gray teak and the tobacco. So. And it's also similar to Dunhill Desire Blue. Have you had that one? That's an underrated fragrance. I really like that one. And it's almost like if you took the powderiness of Dunhill Desire Blue and mixed it with the Amber Pour Homme by Prada, and you have this mix. And that's really what that's what is Bleu Pour Homme, and I really appreciate about this because this is not just simply a summer blue fragrance. It isn't. It really is much more versatile than that. And if you're looking for something that is, what I really appreciate about this one is it is I don't want to say perfect, but it's pretty close. The idea of if you like the out of shower smell, the freshness, but you want something with a little hint of masculinity, you will really appreciate this one. I find it to be an underrated fragrance, and perhaps because of the name, don't know. But I really appreciate Amber Pour Homme by Prada. I love that one. And that one is definitely a luxurious bar of soap. There really isn't much to add to that one. It's hard to review that one, actually, because everyone says the same thing. It is true. It is like a luxurious bar of soap. And I would add, this one is more like an Irish Spring. It's a bar of soap, but I don't know if I'd call it a luxurious bar of soap. But that does not detract from it. In fact, I'm trying to make this as a compliment. In fact, I'll never forget one time somebody started in Fragrantica thread a discussion, and it said, what women, ladies, what fragrance do you like on your man? We want to know, right? The men want to know what the ladies want. And so, the women started giving their opinions, but also guys did too, and they were saying, "Oh, I get most compliments from women on this one, and oh yeah, wear this one and that one," and then later on in the discussion, I saw after about like 20, 30, guy reactions saying that what women complimented them on. A woman commented, and she said, she said, if you work all day outside, and then you come in, take a shower, and with Irish Spring, get out of the shower, and you're super clean, I'm all yours. And I don't know that that's the response that every guy wanted to hear, because they were thinking, like, just tell us which fragrance you like. But according to her, at least, if you work hard and smell like Irish Spring, she's all yours. So this is kind of along that line, actually. This is along the line of smelling like really, really good soap, but a masculine soap. And I certainly appreciate about this one. I wouldn't call this unisex. I would call this definitely on the masculine side. And I like that because it is powdery, it is fresh, and it is soapy, okay? But it's also masculine. And I think this one would be definitely popular from on the list of what women would like men to wear. If you like that, if you're looking for a gourmand, if you like your man to smell like incredibly, with heavy rum and tobacco and traditionally ultra masculine notes, then you probably wouldn't like this one, and it would have too much of a youthful feel to you. But if you like your man to smell like just, again, fresh out of the shower, but not with too much powder, because the Prada Pour Homme, the Amber Pour Homme is just a little closer to the unisex side. A woman could easily pull that one off. And I think that this one gets just a little bit more masculine. It's really perfect in that regard. So if you're looking for something to keep in your collection that is, again, the notion of out of the shower, more on the masculine side, then look no further. As I said, I could see how this would be very, very popular on the top 10 lists that women would like on their man. So there you have it. It might not be the signature scent for a lot of people, but this definitely has a place in my collection. I'm so happy that I bought it. So good news abounds, because the longevity and projection. Now, when it comes to longevity and projection, this is an EDT, so the projection actually is quite good. Projection is going to be a solid 6 to 8. The longevity, is going to be a solid 6 to 8. So you will get a work shift out of this. And if you'd like to wear this after work, you could apply this, say, 4 o'clock, and you are good till midnight. So this is a very, very good longevity, and this is what you would expect. It is not beast mode, but it's not a typical a lighter, fresh EDT where a lot of people say it's gone in 2 hours. Definitely not the case. Especially if you put this on your shirt, by the way, you are definitely closer to 8, maybe even into the 9-hour range. So pretty much par for course when it comes to longevity. And then projection, the projection at first is within an arm's length of my body, and then it settles down about the 2 to 3 hour mark, and it will go on and then stay relatively close to the skin, though, for the duration of the scent, which is, again, they're looking at about 6 to 8 hours, slightly more, again, if you put on your shirt, on your clothes. So just excellent, really, especially, again, for 30 some bucks. I mean, you really can't ask for too much more than that. Season-wise, this is actually, it's going to surprise you, because it's actually not so much of a summer scent as you think it might be. You think of blue, and you think of fresh, and you think of it's not really an aquatic, and so this really is. This is for the out of shower folks, and I'm not going to say it anymore. Okay, so season is slightly more spring summer. Okay, hotter climates definitely, but it's not exclusively summer, and I wouldn't be surprised if the fall and winter actually were higher than people think. When it comes to the fragrance crowd, the people that love the nuanced smells, they're going to call this a crowd pleaser. They're not going to be too happy with this, and they're going to get a little grumpy. But is it a sophisticated scent? No, I would not call it a sophisticated scent. But do you just want to smell great? Then you will. I really do like this about this, and I like that the fact that it separates itself from a lot of the other freshies, and it has a unique smell to it. So definitely on the masculine side. I mean, a woman could pull this off, but I think again it is a pour homme, and I think the target audience is set here. I think most of the people purchasing this will be either guys or I actually think there'll be more women buying this for their man. That is my prediction that you heard here on That Cologne Guy. All right, so. Let's see. Now event. This is very, very versatile. This is another fragrance. This is kind of for the I just want to smell good crowd. I really don't care about day, night, tux, t-shirt, grill out, church, whatever. This one is going to be a crowd pleaser. It's going to smell nice, and so it's perfect for work. Highly, highly versatile. I don't even need to do day, night. Now age group. Age group though, I would say this. There are two kinds here. I think this would be something you would. You know what this is? This is kind of for the folks that have just graduated from their first or second scent, right? They've just got their first 2 or 3 bottles, and they're now moving on. It's still fresh, but it has more of a mature quality. So I'm going to put this as about 25 to 35 on the age group. You could see all the ages, of course, but. What I think when I think of this fragrance, I think of the folks that they've just gotten out of college. They're now being they're getting their first job. They're out on their own. They're not on campuses anymore, and they're wearing this to work, or they're wearing it to happy hour with all of their workmates after their shift, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to say 25 to 35, and then the other one is any guy who wants to smell fantastic just coming out of the shower. So again, Alberto Morillas has really, really hit a home run here in the sense that you can tell that's what he was going for. He was really going for something that he has produced in his collection that is putting his stamp on the out of shower, fresh, masculine. Kudos to you, Alberto. God, that guy's awesome. Has he ever done anything bad? And the answer is no. He has not. He can do no wrong. All right, so you know that in each of my episodes, I give it out of 5 sprays, and then I actually put them on me. I have the joy and the bliss of wearing this the rest of the day, and so this is a solid 4 out of 5. This is very, very close to a 5 out of 5. I don't think I can pull off a 5 out of 5. I have to really reserve that. It's kind of like the gymnastics 10, right? You can't just give 5s out all the time. This is very close. Would I call this a classic? I don't think I can. You watch this. You watch this channel because you have said you like the fact that I give my honest, off-the-cuff take on these things. I cannot tell you that this would be a classic. Now, that said, in fact, I heard it was discontinued, but I just got this recently. Maybe it is discontinued. I don't know. 2001, though, even if it's discontinued, it's been, 18, 19 years. That's an incredible run for this fragrance. I don't know if I want to call it a classic. The notes itself maybe aren't, the most exotic or unique, but you smell fantastic. I mean, it's kind of like 1 Million. It's kind of like Invictus. I mean, you don't have to think that they're award-winning. You can just think that they smell fantastique. So, without further ado, this is 4 out of 5 sprays. I'm going to go 1 on each side of the neck and 1 on each wrist. This is Bvlgari. All right, sorry. I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm just having too much fun with that because I get annoyed because every time I look up a Bvlgari, I always put B-U-L and it says like, sorry, no search found. And it's like, oh, come on, guys. Come on. Pretentious. Here we go. Boom. 4th, oh God, boom, fantastique. Man, this smells amazing. There you have it. So I am creeping very close now to 10,000 views, and I'm hoping I get to the 10,000 view mark for Father's Day. So that's what I'm hoping for, folks. I will be trying to have a celebratory episode around Father's Day for the 10,000 view mark. If I don't make it, I'll just wait till the week after that, but I am creeping towards that. Thank you so much for all of your feedback and comments. I appreciate all the comments on volume. I've tried to rectify that. On the lighting, I've worked on that. On my thumbnails, I've worked on that. And so I really do appreciate all of your feedback, and it means a lot to me. I can't believe that I'm creeping towards 200 subscribers and 10,000 views, possibly even in this month, that I'll reach that milestone this month. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for watching. And always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care.